What's up, guys? So I know that ChasingLamely here, by the way. I know I said there wasn't going to be an episode for Monday, but then an opportunity came up that was a bit too good to pass up, a bit too big for us not to make an episode of it. So, and it came up right after I recorded the last episode as well, which makes it even better. So I've managed to find time to squeeze in a really short video to let you know what's going on. Let's roll the intro and I'll come back with some news. So this is it. We've been appointed as manager of Algeria's under-20s. Now, I thought long and hard about this. I said in the last episode very briefly that we'd applied for the job, and I thought, if I was managing in what is effectively the fourth tier of Swedish football, would I be able to turn down any international job, even an under-20s job? And I thought, not really. And Algeria is a long way from Sweden, but I don't know. It felt like a move I would take in real life. Were I in that position, we're staying with Umeo at least until the end of the season, and the episodes that contain the Algeria under-20s will just pop up intermittently in the series. So, yeah, I thought we'd do just a quick intro to Algeria under-20s, since they're kind of going to be our second team for the journey, our international team. I think maybe we'll do international teams on the journey, but we'll make it work. So we've got a scouting centre. It helps us find players. So we've got to get started on reshaping the squad we've inherited. I wish to draw your attention to our scouting centre. Scouts will grade players an overall recommendation, which is calculated using various factors including ability and potential. If you wish to find players that haven't declared themselves for your nation, try setting up an undeclared assignment. You're also to choose how frequently you want to receive email recommendations. Well, that's good, because it'd be nice to have players. Just do a quick accept on that, just so we can keep an eye on what's going on with the awards. Not sure what else would unfollow all the suite. Anyway, we'll get up with that, whatever. Let's have a look at the team, shall we? So the team we've got, let's put it into position order, and we'll change it. Should just automatically do that, but it doesn't. Right. So this is what we've inherited as a team. We don't know anything about the team's potential, which is slightly worrying. That's about the team's ability, sorry. We know about their potential. So this is kind of what we've inherited as a squad for the under-20s. So we've got Yesli Ryan, who plays for Vincenza. He doesn't look too shabby at all. Looks like it could be a decent keeper. We won't see any of these, by the way, playing for Umeo because we can't sign non-EU players. Just thought I could throw that out there to start off with. And our second choice appears to be Saïd Medouar. Plays for Miami. Wouldn't say he was a potential worldie, but he'll do. We'll use him if we have to. Siad Gourville plays for Auxerre. He'd get into our Umeo side quite easily. Might be one for the future. Mourane Bouchema, who plays for Strasbourg. I imagine a lot of these players play in France. Another quite quick centre half. We could do something with him. He hasn't played a first team game for Strasbourg just yet, but he's had a few games in their reserves, so he might be worth keeping an eye on. Wanish Ntouf plays for QRM, who KV Rouen in the French National 2C. Not a big club, but he's played some first team games for him. He does actually look quite good. He looks like a decent player. So it'd be fun working with him for as long as we've got him. Islam Amrouche, who is available on a free. It would be nice if we could bring him in, but I've got a feeling, if I had to guess, he doesn't have a French passport. He doesn't have a French passport, so we can't sign him. Come out of the academy at San Jose Earthquakes. A lot of Algerian players, from what I've seen so far, coming out of American academies. Not much of a career to speak of. If he finds himself a club, maybe there's a chance for him. Samir Chagui, playing for Lusitanos Saint-Maur. Where are they? Are they French? They are French. Okay. Decent defensive midfielder. He can play all of the little defensive midfield roles I quite like, which is good. Played for Auxerre beforehand, so he's got He could have some potential. It says 3 stars maybe, but we'll see how that plays out. Saïd Kais plays for Tours in France. He's actually played for their first team, so he's probably quite decent already. Again, can play a lot of the roles I quite like using as a defensive midfielder, which is really promising. So he's going to be one we keep an eye on. Shegwi's suddenly got an ability rating. Weird. Yanis Ben Saber, right midfielder, plays for Lille. I'm trying to remember who that was then. Plays for Lille in Ligue 1. He hasn't played a first team game for them yet, but there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of potential for him. You can already see it. Karim Zadadka plays for Napoli. Has also played for Nice. Again, another right winger. Lots of pace. The thing with Algeria is, you know, we see it with names escape me now. Mahrez. They do produce a lot of quality wingers from Algeria. Always have done. So you kind of have to expect that any wingers you get from them are going to be quite good. Faisal Batache, who plays for QPR, looks solid. He's played a few games for QPR. He played 3 first team games for them, which was last season. Did alright. He might be a guy that breaks into the first team. You never know. Certainly worth keeping an eye on. He does like to attack though. That's just, I'm not a fan of midfielders just attacking wantonly. We'll see. We've got Mehdi Zarkane, who appears to be an attacking midfielder naturally, but he also plays on the right a lot. Good all-round stats though. Like you look at him, he plays for Monaco. You look at him and you think like he must be a guy who's going to break through somewhere big. There's a lot of potential for a lot of these guys to go on to be sort of top flight footballers in France. Wassim Al Sharia, who plays for Marseille. Again, quite attacking, decent looking player, could turn into something good. Lots of options in the box here. Saïd Arab, another central attacking midfielder with a good base stats for a 19-year-old. Lots of things worth looking at. Plays for Red Star, which I'm guessing is Paris Red Star, we assume. Has played for Metz. He could be okay. He could turn out alright for us as well. Bilal Mehaji plays for Rennes. Is not a first team player, but he's played a few games for their reserves. Doesn't really have the pace you want in a winger, but could be a decent inside forward. So we're going to keep an eye on him too. And this might change. There might be players that I haven't got in my squad right now that I do call up. Obviously, we've got this guy Karim Shaban, played for Marseille, now plays for Ajaccio. Good winger, generally decent winger. Isn't necessarily better as an inside forward, but we'll see what we can get from him. Lots of wide options already. I'm quite liking the wide options. Sabri Hadadou plays for Ajaccio as well. I think it's a different Ajaccio side actually, but he is a pretty good attacking midfielder. I don't know what his best position is because it's not entirely clear. I mean, it says his best position is shadow striker. I'd want a better finisher for a shadow striker, if I'm honest. But maybe we can build something with him too. And then we've got Ilyas Soudani, plays for Toulouse. He's a shadow striker naturally, but those stats say sort of striker. They do say more advanced forward to me, more so than shadow striker, I think. Maybe even false 9 they kind of say to me a little bit. But we'll see what, you know, it's a lot to play with here, and low stakes as well, so we can have a bit of a tactical play with this team. We've got Merio Amri, who plays for Standard Liège in Belgium. Advanced forward is his natural position. He's quite quick. You want him to be a better finisher, but he's got good potential. You never know, we might see some special things from him. Ismail Massoud, poacher, plays for Gas Ajaccio. It's a different team apparently. It is. Okay, so there's 2 Ajaccio teams. Didn't know that. Found that out just now. Looks okay. It's a guy. If we were playing in England, he's a guy I'd look at and say that's a potentially a decent Championship striker. Maybe a top end League 1 striker, but definitely a good Championship striker. And then we've got Enzo Daoud, who plays for Lens. And again, you look at him and you just think he could develop into a decent Championship striker, maybe. So certainly some players in this squad worth keeping an eye on. Who's Shaban wanted by? You look at the list of teams that want Shaban already on transfers: Auxerre, Antwerp, Lorient, Lens, Lokeren are in Europe quite a lot. He's a player someone definitely rates, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. But that's kind of what we're dealing with. I don't think we've got any under 20 staff to speak of. We need to find an assistant. They've got a lot of assistant managers in that squad. We need to find our own assistant manager, ideally, because that's weird. From all over the world too, but we need to find maybe more assistant managers. Anyway, so that's kind of the rundown of what we're dealing with. It's a fairly short-ish episode, really. I just wanted to show you that, like, this is what we are dealing with. We've taken the Algeria U20 job. It's going on the side of Imeo. We're gonna make it work. We'll make it work somehow. So a different team to look forward to new episodes of the journey with. The first game we have isn't until September. It comes sort of just at the beginning of our run-in for hopefully promotion with Imeo. So there will be an extra episode in there where we do those games before we do the running. You understand. Anyway, that's the rundown. Thank you very much for watching this episode, guys. If you've enjoyed what you see and want to see more of this too, subscribe there, like nearby it. A whole bunch of links in the description below. Check them all out. And until next time, I've been ChasingLamely. Thank you very much for watching. See you very soon. Have a good one.